All right, everyone. Today we're going to do something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. So, as many of you know, with the kitchen renovation project, you've seen a little bit more of a casual side of my channel. But for all my scholars, and to those of you who are straight A students or just very detail oriented, pay attention because today we're going to discuss how to find the monthly principal and interest payment for a mortgage. So right here we have our formula. M stands for total monthly mortgage payment. It's not the total as in principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. It's just going to be PI in this case that we're finding. That's going to be our M right here. Now, M equals P, which is the principal loan amount. So for this example, we're going to assume it's 500,000, and we'll be getting to that in a little bit, equals R, which is the monthly interest rate. So if in our example, if our monthly interest rate is 6%, we're going to divide that by 12, and you'll see that in a little bit. R times 1 plus R, the monthly interest rate, and then our exponent is going to be the total monthly the number of payments over the loan's lifetime. That's going to be N. And I wrote in cursive in case you don't know what cursive is. Then we have all of that divided by 1 plus R, the monthly interest rate, exponent, the total number of payments over the loan's lifetime, minus 1. So this is going to be a unit, this is going to be a unit, and then we're going to ultimately divide these two and multiply it times P. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's assume that the principal loan amount is 500,000. So here we have 500,000. Probably gonna have to make that. There's a lot going on here, but it's more simple than you think, I promise. So 500,000, so we have R. In this case, you're going to take, so assuming our interest rate is 6%, and I'm just gonna get rid of the definitions that we have here, because I'll just be reminding you what they mean anyway. So assuming our interest rate is 6%, we're going to convert it to decimal. And then when we convert it to a decimal, we need to find the monthly interest rate. So I believe that's 0.005. It is 0.005 or just 0.005. For space purposes, we're just going to have 0.005. 1 plus 0.005. And then the total number of payments, assuming that this is a 30-year loan, our exponent is going to be 360 right here. Then 1 plus R. We already have our R, so we're just going to plug it in right here. We have our N, which is 360, minus 1. So let's start. Again, we're dealing with PEMDAS, basic algebra. So let's just take the 1 plus 0.005, that's 1.05. 1.005. And then right here, we already know that that's 1.005. So right here, we're going to take the 1.005 and make it to the 360th power. And we're going to get 6.02. And since there's a decimal, so 6.022, we'll just round it to 6.023 minus 1. And then same thing here. We already know that that's going to be 6.023. And then right here as our denominator, we're going to subtract the 1. So 5.023. And then lastly, another thing is that we have to remember that we're still multiplying all of this by 500,000. So you're going to multiply 0.005 times 6.023 and divide that by 5.023. So then we get 500,000 divided by 0.006, but 0.005995. I'm taking the whole decimal here. I just rounded for the sake of drawing on the whiteboard. And when you multiply it times 500,000, then you're gonna get your payment. And let's just, since we already know what our R is, you're gonna have your monthly PI, which in this case is going to be our M, of $2,997.71. And that is how you find the PI for your mortgage payment. Again, this is just an estimate. You can always use a professional mortgage calculator. Your loan officer, the lender should be providing this information to you. But if you just want to verify, you're trusting but verifying, this is how you find it. Thank you very much for watching, and like and follow for more from your second generation real estate and mortgage broker.